Hello, and welcome to another flight simulator video. And today we have some news, a bit of sad news in fact. Today we will be flying on this lovely Embraer 170 with Eastern Airways, and it's sad news because Eastern Airways, as of the 27th of October 2025, has completely gone out of business and is shut down. The fleet consisted at the end of 4 Jetstream 41s, which mostly operated up in Scotland, and I believe 2 of them were almost permanently based in Aberdeen for flights to and from the Shetlands. They had 4 Embraer E190s and 2 Embraer E170s and also 3 ATR 72s. Now, interestingly as well, Eastern Airways had contract with KLM on the E190 and E170 series aircraft to fly on behalf of KLM City Hopper. In fact, I've actually done a video from Eastern Airways base in Humberside to Amsterdam, and you can see here as well, this is how this aircraft would have been liveried before going into storage. As you can see there, it says operated by KLM City Hopper, and as I said, the E190 and the E170s would be used for City Hopper flights. Now, surprisingly, well, for me, it was surprising that them on their own couldn't sustain, but that financially, but that would lead me to think that perhaps there are deeper problems. Now, today we are flying from, as a homage, I guess, to Eastern Airways. We are flying from Gatwick to Newquay, as you can see here. And yeah, so we'll be flying from Gatwick to Newquay on their flight 452, which used to operate daily as a round trip from there's 2 daily flights from Gatwick to Newquay, normally operated by ATR, but occasionally the E-Jets would also operate the flights. As I mentioned as well, the Eastern Airways airline was actually based out of Humberside, a very, very small airport. Okay. I clicked on the GSX, it sent the refuel truck. Let me just check the weights. 3.9 yet. Anyway, so GSX is doing its thing. We are on aircraft Golf Charlie Mike Papa India, and the other E170 was Charlie Mike Lima India. So we'll be flying today on a short flight from London Gatwick to Newquay. Now, interestingly, there was a flight from London Heathrow for a while with British Airways on a PSO, a public service obligation flight from Heathrow to Newquay. Now, that was subsequently no longer running, so therefore these flights exist with Eastern. Now, I don't know if these Eastern Airways flights were also part of a PSO. I don't think so. I think they just took over where they left off. Oh, did the door just close? I think our door just closed for some reason. Let me just check GSX. Anyway, we're going to start. It says boarding passengers now, but for some reason our door has closed. So let's open the doors so we can get our passengers boarded. Anyway, so we're going to jump into our flight plan. Our flight plan should actually be on here. We can see here runway 26 left for departure. Our departure 26 left, and our SID today is November 1 X-ray, which is that one. We'll apply and we'll set for our arrival. We have a direct into runway 12. Now there is actually a weather warning out for Cornwall at the moment, so this might be an interesting arrival. We'll do the ILS onto runway, and we won't do any transitions. We don't, yeah, we're not due for any transitions. They don't have any stars here, just directional, which is fine. So we'll just apply, and then we'll just do, to speed up the process for myself, I can click on manifest, and we can send this to the MCDMU, and then the first officer you'll see on his screen will be fiddling around getting the aircraft sorted, which is good for me. So first we're going to go check on the ATIS for Gatwick, just to make sure we have the right information.
Visibility 6. Sky condition, ceiling 1,700 feet overcast. Temperature 15. Dew point 10. QNH 29.901. ILS runway 26 left and visual runway 26 right in use. Landing and departing runway 26 left and runway 26 right. DFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have golf.
So we have information golf for our clearance. And how are we doing with the boarding process? No baggage today. Fuel truck seems to be in place as well. Let me see if I was to do... It says baggage loading in pro... This is strange, isn't it? I'll just put maybe that much fuel. We'll see if the fuel truck will disappear. Because I did request for the fuel truck already. We'll go to the exterior view. No, fuel truck is still there. I don't have a clue what's going on with GSX today, but that's okay. So, our flight today is pretty straightforward, to be honest.
Gatwick clearance delivery piece bird
We'll be taking off in the
westerly
westerly direction, directly to where we need to go, which is very, very good.
Is clear to Lagos Airport as filed. Take off runway 26 left climb and maintain 6,000 feet.
So, what we're going to do, we are going to get our clearance, and then we'll get the APU running, and we just wait for our
Gatwick clearance delivery
departure.
EASTF LAGHT 52 Lima November IFR to Echo Golf Hotel Quebec, ready to copy.
East Flight 52 Lima November is cleared to Echo Golf Hotel Quebec Airport as filed. Take off runway 26 left climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Departure frequency is 118.475 squawk 7323.
East Flight 52 Lima November cleared to Echo Golf Hotel Quebec Airport is filed. Take off runway 26 left climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Departure on 118.475 squawk 7323.
East Flight 52 Lima November read back correct. Contact ground on 121.805. Good day.
Alright, so that's our clearance sorted.
7579er heavy clear to Lagos Airport is filed.
Now we just wait for GSX to sort us out. It says loading baggage in process, as we can see outside. And then once our baggage is cleared, we're still on the GPU. Just to meet noise abatement, we will not run the APU until the baggage has been complete. There's an aircraft taking off as well. Anyway, so we'll go back into our cockpit and we'll prepare for our departure. We're pretty much ready for our departure now. I'm happy with our routing today. We are flying pretty much directly to the west. If we open our flight plan, we go down to this side. I'm using lossless scaling, so if it looks a bit funky when I'm scrolling, it's because of lossless scaling. Right, so here's our charts for our flight. There is no major issues. Interestingly, it gave me an alternative of Jersey, actually Guernsey. I wanted actually to use Cardiff as my alternative, but it wasn't in the list on SimBrief. So we've got some... How do I zoom in on this? Oh, no. Go back. We'll close that. Because I can't read that very well. 400, so we've got high clouds, 40,000 feet. It looks like number one, 40,000 feet as well, so that's not a big issue for us. Flight level 10, so that will be 10,000 feet. We got winds, got sort of headwinds coming in, it's fine. Got headwinds all the way. 240, again headwinds, quite strong as well today, so it'll be quite interesting. We don't need to worry about 30,000 feet. You can see our profile there, top of climb, top of descent, and our profile is that we've got lots of headwind, a little bit of crosswind once we arrive into Cornwall, but not a problem. And you can see our routing there. We're pretty much just following the south coast all the way over. So let's get the APU running now. APU controls, APU on, set the fasten seatbelt sign. Nav is on, yeah, so we're all pretty much ready to go. I love the Embraer. It's a very easy aircraft to set up, quick and easy to do, especially with that send to MCDMU button on the iPad. You can easily, it will get the first officer to input all of the data that we need, and just like that, the little APU is running, and I can hear the bleed. Bleed is on, very good. So we can now disconnect the GPU, and APU generator comes on. It's interesting as well, everything on the Embraer is pretty much automatic, and I've just screwed up. Let me turn the GPU back on. We'll let the aircraft do self-testing again, but it should be okay. So that's our flight attendant.
Hi, Captain. Boarding is completed.
Thank you. You can close the door now. Sterol comes on as well. And we'll just prepare for our departure with GSX. So we're here at Gate 1 at Gatwick on the South Terminal, and we'll pretty much just do a straight back push, I think. I'll just switch over to the ground frequency as well. So I'm going to take because GSX won't do it, we'll get all of our doors closed. GPU disconnected, cones and chocks out. My forward door is still open.
Panie i panowie, z tej strony kapitan. Mam na imię
Martin, Russian.
Wraz z pierwszym oficerem będziemy Państwu towarzyszyć podczas dzisiejszego lotu. Lot powinien odbyć się zgodnie z rozkładowym czasem. Nie spodziewamy się żadnych. Bardzo prosimy Państwa o współpracę oraz o wykonywanie poleceń.
Griffin 52 Romeo pushback request accepted.
Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Let's go with a straight back. Okay, we can release the parking brakes now. And the pushback is commenced. Go set up nice camera angles. The Griffin next to us looks like he's just going to start pushbacking with an EasyJet tug, which wouldn't be the case really. There'd always be a BA tug. We'll start the engines. We'll do sequence 2 and then 1. Engine 2 is starting.
Gatwick ground, Griffin 5 Bravo Papa requesting pushback. Griffin 5 Bravo Papa pushback request accepted.
Teraz prosimy Państwa o pełną uwagę.
Gatwick ground, Griffin 5-2 Romeo with golf ready to taxi IFR. Griffin 5-2 Romeo taxi to and hold short of runway 26 right. Contact tower on
Oh, I want to stop
134.23
GSX,
when
but
ready.
the pushback menu is not coming up. So, there we go. At least it's stopping us in a reasonable location.
Ewakuacyjne na skrzydła samolotu. Proszę o poświęcenie teraz.
We'll get engine 1 started now. I think GSX has just had a bit of a fit because GSX menu is asking me for parking instructions. So let's set the parking brake, see if the GSX menu will work. No, it's still not working. Oh, we need to get the electrical hydraulic pump generator on. That's why that's beeping. Hydraulic system 3 is low. And you can see the hydraulic pressure is now building with the electric pump on. Anyway, let's get rid of GSX properly now because it looks like it's had a fit, so it's not working properly. So we'll just hit reset the country and hopefully it's going to work properly. So engine 1 and 2 has been started. APU can come off now. Flaps set to 2. Flight controls check. We got all hydraulic systems running. We'll do flight controls check. Full left. Full right. Full up. Full down. Rudder left. Rudder right. And that's perfect.
Taxi to and hold short runway 26 left.
So we change this to map mode. We'll then request for our taxi clearance.
Gatwick ground ASTF LAGHT
We press
52 Lima November with golf ready to taxi
nav.
IFR.
So we get nav light, right. The auto thrust goes into takeoff mode. We press that and it should go roll to takeoff. Perfect.
Taxi to and hold short runway 26 left using taxiway Juliet Zulu Alpha East Flight 52
So
Lima
we'll
November.
release the parking brake and we'll commence our taxi. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the transponder on.
Bravo 7883 requesting pushback. Boeing Bravo 7883 pushback.
Taxi lights are on. Got a little bit of sunshine now, which is nice. RTO is set.
Gatwick ground Griffin 52 Romeo requesting pushback.
The cabin is now secured and ready for departure.
Griffin 52
The
Romeo
runway is just
pushback
here, so it's
request
quite an
accepted.
easy, very easy taxi. Then we'll just check for the takeoff config.
Takeoff okay.
Takeoff is okay. Switch over to tower. Taxiway Alpha. And then we'll stop, hold short line, go full length from here.
Tower Griffin 5 Bravo Papa ready for IFR departure runway 26 left. Griffin 5
Okay.
Bravo Papa QNH 29er.88 wind 179er at 11. Traffic is Airbus on final. Cleared for takeoff
There's a
runway
BA
26 left.
aircraft ready for departure. We'll request our
Gatwick Tower
departure as well.
ESTFLIGHT 52 Lima November at runway 26 left ready for departure IFR to Echo Golf Hotel Quebec.
East Flight 52 Lima November hold short runway 26 left. Traffic is Airbus on the runway.
So we've got an aircraft coming in for final as well, and that
Hold
BA
short
is
runway
also
26 left,
requested.
East Flight
So
52
we
Lima
have to
November.
just be patient now as we wait for the incoming aircraft and that other Griffin to
Cleared
depart
for
as well.
takeoff runway 26 left Griffin 5 Bravo Papa.
So it's quite normal here at Gatwick because of single runway operation that you could actually have. You could be waiting a while, especially in this area when you're doing a 26 left departure.
Gatwick Tower Ryanair 1167 miles east inbound ILS runway 26 left approach.
I was expecting that BA aircraft over there on our right to actually taxi out onto the runway, but doesn't look like that's the case.
Cleared ILS runway 26 left approach.
And apparently we got an aircraft on final, but I can't see anything. So we'll just be patient. There's another 320 ready for departure as well.
Hold short runway 26 left. Traffic is Airbus on the runway. Cleared ILS runway 26 left approach Ryanair 116.
And we've got a Ryanair inbound 7 miles, so that will only be a few more minutes.
Naval Air 844 exit runway when able.
We'll just be patient on here. I'm just going to check the weather conditions again. We've got a lot of rain in the Newquay area, so we'll have to be cautious with the weather on our arrival. But for now, at Gatwick is looking really, really nice. Oh, we can line up and wait now.
121.805, Naval Air 844.
Cabin crew,
Goodbye.
ready for departure.
Line up and wait East Flight 52 Lima November.
Just check to the left, clear left. Check to the right, clear right. That A320 is holding there. So it looks like we'll be taking off actually with a tail. No, still got the headwind. It's okay.
Ryanair 116 wind 179er at 11. Clear to land runway 26 left. Clear to land runway 26 left Ryanair 116.
So we're just going to line up nicely here. .475 Griffin 5 Bravo Papa. Goodbye. Okay, we'll just wait for our clearance, then we'll set the time. It's unusual for Flight Sim to make us wait like this, but I don't know if it's because we're in the threshold area or what. Normally it sort of will clear you once you're taxied onto the runway. So let's move forwards, because perhaps it hasn't registered that we're actually on the runway itself. So you might end up making that Ryanair go around. There we go.
QNH 29er.88 wind 179er at 11. Cleared for takeoff runway 26 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 26 left East Flight
Clock's
5
coming on.
November.
And Toga Thrust,
Ryanair
the auto thrust
116
has
go
it.
around.
Keep level as we can, using the rudder.
Ryanair 116 contact London Center on 118.475.
80 knots checks.
Good day.
The aircraft wants to take off already. There's V1.
Going
Just
to
watch our rudder authority now.
118.475 Ryanair 116.
Is coming up. Follow the flight directors now. There's the Ryanair right above us.
52 Lima November contact London Center on 118.475.
We've got quite heavy winds hitting us. Autopilot's coming on now as well.
118.475 East Flight 52 Lima November. Goodbye.
Switching to London Tower.
Climb and maintain flight level 240 easy 2436.
Got some interestingly
London
sort of
Center
hazy
AST
clouds
FLA
around
GHT
us.
52 Lima November is at 2,500 feet, climbing 14,000 feet.
Speedbird 29er 6 heavy.
Flaps are coming up now.
Miles southwest.
Do flaps up.
Present heading to altitude. Expect ILS runway 27 left approach via Oscar Charlie Kilo transition.
There's the slats going up now.
Charlie Kilo.
But there's really hazy clouds going on.
2 Lima November London Center QNH 29er.88 radar contact. Continue to KKW07.
And we're going to go up to 250 maximum speed.
Maintain flight level 180. Keep speed not above 180 knots. Speedbird 29er 6 heavy descent and maintain 5,000 feet. East Flight 5 2 Lima November. Keep speed not above 250 knots.
That's perfectly fine. 250 is normal at these altitude anyway.
3,500 feet. Cessna Juliet Foxtrot Charlie climb and maintain.
And we're climbing nice and fast, nice and light as well, the aircraft, for this short hop over to Cornwall.
6 heavy descent and maintain 3,000
And as I mentioned before, there were flights to Cornwall with British Airways for a while, out of the Heathrow hub. But unfortunately they were not profitable, and so flights ended up stopping for a while.
Keep speed not above 250
After
knots,
some
East Flight
time,
52 Lima November.
Eastern Airways, again, and I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, I'm not too sure if Eastern Airways had taken these on as PSO, as service, if they had taken them on as the service obligation, but these flights exist. Now, interestingly, there is also flights with Ryanair from Stansted to Newquay, which have been operating for a while. 4 o'clock, sort of behind us.
Bombardier Papa Hotel uniform traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 5,900
No, there's no sight of that one.
Report them in sight.
So, as I mentioned, it's interesting to note that Ryanair also has a handful of flights that will operate to and from Newquay as well, and there are flights to Stansted, but I think they only come around like once every few days, I believe. But they're, like most small airports in the UK, they have a number of lights off. Let's get the fasten seatbelt off, and the stereo light can come off as well. So, as I mentioned as well, Ryanair have flights, but it's quite common amongst smaller airports around the UK. But they have flights operated by the likes of Ryanair, like the TUIs and your Jet 2s, that will offer holiday, mostly to holiday destinations. In fact, looking at the Flight Radar arrivals board, for example, for Newquay of yesterday, November the 3rd, there was a flight from Malaga with Ryanair and a flight from Alicante. There was also a Stansted arrival and a Dublin arrival with Ryanair. But with Eastern Airlines collapse, could it be the end of regional? Could it be the end of the regional airlines in the UK? I mean, regional airlines have always struggled in the UK, because unlike in America where you have a number of regional airlines, but those airlines operate on behalf of the larger carriers, and so they have contractual agreements with them to operate flights, and obviously to allow people to link up with their flights also. That's something that hasn't really happened in the UK. For a while though, Logan Air was operating franchised flights with British Airways for a while up in Scotland, and then also with Flybe as well after British Airways. But then Logan Air became a thing, and now Logan Air seems to be dominating the regional market in the UK with a fleet of ATRs, both 72s and 42s, and Embraer 145s. Yeah, so they seem to be dominating, and I don't know how they're doing it and how they're maintaining their airline, because Eastern Airways had, as I mentioned, all the E-jets, so that's 6 in total, were being used for KLM Cityhopper on flights from the UK, mostly from places like Humberside, because looking at their list of the flights that the Eastern Airways Embraers would do, it was like Humberside, Norwich, Aberdeen, Edinburgh sometimes even Belfast. You know, it would be like basically UK flights, and maybe they're doing that because KLM was waiting for E-jets. I'm not too sure, but it's a shame to see another airline fall in the midst of many, I guess, dominating forces around. Now we've been given clearance up to our cruise.
Climb and maintain flight level 240 East
And,
Flight 52 Lima November.
Also, I just found out this morning while just before recording, that I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, but Orkney Airlines, which is the Jersey-based airline, will be taking over, or at least they're in the process of taking over some of Eastern Airways slots. Now I assume it's for flights in and around this part of the country. Not too sure. It might even take the ATRs that are currently, or that were with them. It's interesting to see as well that the aircraft that Eastern Airways have operated be moved into storage. Now I looked at the E-jets. Most of the E-jets have moved to Germany, to Saarbrücken, and the ATRs, when I checked the ATRs, they're still in the UK, but they've moved to different locations. There doesn't seem to be anything really at Humberside. In regards to the Jetstreams, which would operate flights from Aberdeen up to, I think it was Sunborough, they used to have flights. They had like 2 of them up there. Don't know what's happened with those. And I know that I did read last week, just amidst of the collapse of the airline, that perhaps the Highland Council will be taking over the Jetstream aircraft and operations that Eastern Airways had, in order to allow the maintaining of the connection to the mainland and Shetland. But, you know, we'll see what happens, really. And like I say, it's a shame to hear of another airline collapsing in the world. It seems to be much more difficult for the smaller airlines to maintain amongst a sea of large airlines.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just reached cruising altitude. The The entire flight is carried out in accordance with the submitted flight plan. The weather at the destination airport should be good, and we do not expect any disruptions during the rest of the flight. However, it is recommended to keep your seatbelts fastened in case of unexpected turbulence.
Well, that was Flight Sim Studio's automatic announcement as we reached our cruise altitude of 240. And we're skimming along the south coast, as you can see here. We'll be pretty much just following a almost straight path all the way to Newquay.
Griffin 2716 traffic is 2 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 240 Boeing.
The Griffin flight numbers, as you've probably been hearing on the ATC, is of the BA Euroflyer operations out of Gatwick. The domestic flight operations of British Airways out of Heathrow use the call sign Shuttle. So there's not much else for me to do. I'm already pretty much set up for our arrival. So if we go to performance, we can check our descent profile. It's not a problem. Landing flaps 5. We'll probably do a landing flaps full today, I think. If we input our conditions, we have temperature of 14 degrees. Winds are at 170 at 17 knots, and our runway direction,
climb and maintain flight level 200 Alpine 8515. Climb and maintain flight level.
We're expecting a 1-2. See, that will give us our component there. Icing, well, we're not expecting any icing because we have a, let's have a look, 14 degrees dew point, so we should be okay even with low clouds, but we might have icing on the way down, so it's something to be aware of. We got our landing speeds here, flaps full, like I say, we're pretty much there. So flaps 1 at 180, flaps 2 at 160, and then final flaps once we hit 140.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 27 left approach via Charlie Hotel.
So it's perfect.
Cleared to Charlie Hotel Tango Speedbird 190 heavy.
And we're set up. We've got our ILS arrival plan put in. 12 minutes into our flight. Nothing too crazy has come up, but there are yellow warnings, weather warnings for rain, I believe, in Cornwall right now. So that's going to make our arrival into the Riviera very interesting. And right now at Newquay Airport there is actually some rain conditions. Cessna Caravan flying at 225. 9 o'clock.
Charlie Bravo traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 240. Report them in sight.
Well, I can't see anything really. A Cessna Caravan flying at 220.
Cessna Papa Charlie Bravo traffic in sight.
That is very interesting.
Speedbird 226 heavy descend and maintain 9,000 feet. London Center Speedbird 2166 heavy flight level tree 10. Speedbird 2166 heavy London Center radar contact. Continue to death. London Center Speedbird 2262 heavy is passing flight level tree 45, descending flight level tree 40. Speedbird 2262 heavy London Center radar contact. Continue to death. Speedbird 2159er heavy contact Manchester Center on 118.775. Good day. Speedbird 2262 heavy traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 50 Boeing. Report them in sight. London Center Chanex tree 205 is at flight level tree 75 climbing flight level tree 90. London Center Ocean 69er heavy is at flight level tree 95 climbing flight level 400. Speedbird 188 heavy London Center radar contact. Continue to Bigtail. London Center Speedbird 2158 heavy is passing flight level tree 85 descending flight level 290. Speedbird 2166 heavy descend and maintain flight level 230. Speedbird 2262 heavy descend and maintain flight level 270. Descend and maintain flight level 230 Speedbird 2166 heavy. Descend and maintain flight level 270 Speedbird 2262 heavy. London Center Speedbird 172 heavy is at flight level 230 climbing flight level 270. Speedbird 172 heavy London Center radar contact. Continue. Easy 4 tree 7 have the Boeing in sight. East Flight 52 Lima November traffic is 8 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 280 Boeing. Report them in sight. Chanex tree 205 traffic is 1 o'clock 2 miles at flight level tree 40 Boeing. Report them in sight.
East Flight 52 Lima November have the traffic.
Channix Tree 205 traffic is 3 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 85 Airbus. Report them in sight. Channix Tree 5 have the Airbus in sight. Speedbird 2166 heavy traffic is 6 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 295 Boeing. Report them in sight. Speedbird 2262 heavy traffic is 11 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 255 Boeing. Report them in sight. Speedbird 2166 heavy have the Boeing in sight. London Center JetBlue 1407 flight level 350. JetBlue 1407 London Center radar contact. Continue to death. Speedbird 2262 heavy have the Boeing in sight. London Center Virgin 186 heavy flight level 330. East flight 5, 2 Lima November descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Virgin 186 heavy London Center radar contact. Continue to death.
What is that? Right, we got descent
and maintain
down to 10.
feet East flight 5 2 Lima November.
That was a nice flight so far, so we'll get our aircraft descended down now.
Descend and maintain 15,000
At about 2,000 feet per
Speedbird
minute.
2262 heavy. Speedbird 2158 heavy descent.
In terms of
and maintain
icing, I'm pretty sure the
17,000
icing systems on this aircraft are actually automatic, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, because if you pull them out, they turn off.
Descend and maintain 17,000 feet.
So stall
Speedbird
protection,
2158
ice
heavy.
conditions, static temperature -26, true air temperature is -5. But it's got automatic icing conditions anyway. Hope you enjoyed the passenger view following the south coast. Pretty much as soon as we got to the Portland area, that was it. There's no more. We're switching over to Manchester Centre now.
Good day. Virgin 186 heavy descend and maintain flight level 250.
Going to 118.775 East flight 5 2 Lima November.
Descend and maintain flight level.
Switching to Manchester.
Manchester Center EASTF LIGHT 52 Lima November is passing flight level 215, descending 10,000 feet.
Speedbird 2262 heavy descend and maintain flight level 340. East flight 52 Lima November Manchester Center radar contact. Continue to dolly. Descend and maintain flight level 340 Speedbird 2262 heavy.
I wonder if there's a way to sort of like speed up the icing process or automatic engine test. Ice protection, windscreen icing. Well, it's all on anyway, so the aircraft should be able to deal with it, you know? So after 23 minutes of flight, we've started our descent. I'm going to call the flight attendants. There's a couple of aircraft around us. Just give our flight attendants a call just to say we've started our descent. We'll allow you guys a few more minutes and then we'll have to prepare the cabin for our arrival. Okay? Thank you.
Report them in sight. Speedbird 2166 heavy contact London Center on 118.475. Good day. Speedbird
So the beauty with Newquay, it's a big airport, that's probably why it's open for commercial use as it is. 9,000 feet runway, so no issues with braking. We might have some issues with the rain for braking conditions. In terms of our weather, we have a METAR. There is broken clouds at 400 feet, so we've got very low visibility all the way down. So we'll be very, very careful on our arrival, as we've got pretty low visibility on the way down. And we're looking like heavy rain as well. So the winds though are pretty stable at 170 at 17 knots. So we've got high speed wind, high winds. 14 degrees, broken at 400, yeah, broken at 4,000. So we'll just try to update that METAR as well, just to make sure. Yeah, okay, so we got some clouds at 2,500 feet as well. Okie dokie. So it's going to be low visibility arrival. We're expecting runway 12 as the winds are at 170. So that should give us the wind straight in. 17 knots though, so it's quite high wind conditions. But other than that, I'm quite happy. You're happy as well? And then we can proceed for our arrival into Newquay, Cornwall's airport. See if GSX is ready for Newquay yet. Yes, it is. Actually, I don't even know what the parking. I'll be this one then. Too small walk in, so we'll do 21, and then Cornwall Airport will be the guys to meet us.
Climb and maintain flight level 390, lot 30 heavy.
I'm going to turn the seatbelt sign on now.
East flight 52 Lima November, you are 48 miles east. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 30 approach via November Quebec Yankee transition.
So we're hitting some turbulence.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 30 approach via November Quebec Yankee transition. Cleared to November Quebec Yankee East flight 52 Lima November.
Oh yeah, why you want me to go into the wind? Hang on a second. We're gonna change that. Just vectors to final. And then we will request from controller.
East flight 52 Lima November would like ILS runway 12 approach vectors to final.
With those wind conditions, and you're gonna put me into a headwind. That's not right.
You are 44 miles east. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 12 approach.
And then they want me to circle to land. No.
Lot 30 heavy contact London Center on 118.47.
So I can do the ILS for 12, but then they want me to circle to land.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 12 approach
Silly.
circle to land
Silly
runway 30.
considering the
East flight
weather
52
conditions,
Lima
you
November.
know?
Lot 30 heavy.
Considering the weather conditions, I think that's such a silly idea. So we'll go against the. We'll just listen to the instructions anyway from the ATC. But we'll land on runway 12. That makes so much more sense considering we have winds at 17. I'm gonna set the sterol on now as well. Landing lights are coming on as well.
Virgin 186 heavy, you are 2,300 feet below your assigned altitude.
You can see the terrain below us.
330. Climb and maintain flight level 330, Virgin 186 heavy.
So yeah, given the wind conditions, I don't know why it wants me to. This is one of the things I don't like about Flight Sim's air traffic control. It does weird and wonderful things. So static temperature is at 0, 10,000 feet. just wait for our descent clearances now. We're approximately 20 miles away, 10,000 feet, so we're good for altitude.
Speedbird 2262 heavy descend and maintain flight level 340.
Actually, you know what? Yep. 17034 though.
Descend and maintain flight level 340. Speedbird
I'll maintain what I'm
2262
doing
heavy.
right now because of the wind conditions are at 170 currently. So I don't see the need to do a landing on 30 because that will just mean put us directly into the really strong headwind. It doesn't make any sense.
186 heavy. Goodbye.
We're hitting some pretty turbulent air.
Mechanics 9079er traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 340 Boeing. Report them in sight. Mechanics 9079er have the traffic. Speedbird 2158 heavy climb and maintain flight level 400. Climb and maintain flight level 400, Speedbird 2158 heavy.
Weather radar, terrain radar. We'll do weather radar for our arrival in. Especially considering how many clouds we've got. And it looks like we got an area of really red, sort of orangey colour ahead of us as well.
Ocean 69er Heavy have the Boeing in sight. Ryanair 7722, you are 1,700 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain flight level 340.
It looks like I can see some CVs ahead of us. So we'll have to be very cautious as well.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, Ryanair 7722. East Flight 52 Lima November contact approach on 133.405. Good day.
133.405 East Flight 52 Lima November. Goodbye. Approach EASTF LIGHT 52 Lima November 10,000 feet.
East Flight 52 Lima November approach QNH 29.72 radar contact continue.
So we're still holding 10,000. Newquay Airport sits at an elevation of 390 feet, but there is high terrain in the area also, something to be wary of. I'm surprised that they haven't. 6 miles until we reach the Newquay VOR. I'm surprised that they haven't called us to go down. But given the wind conditions still that's forecast, I'd rather take the 1-2 arrival.
Flight 52 Lima November, you are 10 miles east of Echo Golf Hotel, Quebec. Descend and maintain 3,500 feet. Contact tower on 134.38.
Oh, this is a weird thing that the aircraft is doing. It did this last time when I was trying to fly into
Descend and maintain
Gatwick.
3,500 feet.
So I'm just going to let the aircraft do, probably do a full 360. No, it's decided to go like that. Is it going to turn back? Or shall I just select heading mode? Let the aircraft turn again. In fact, if we fly at this sort of heading, we are on sort of a 5-mile arc, so I can do that.
Tower ASDF LAGHT 52 Lima November 8 miles northeast inbound ILS runway 12 approach circle to land runway 30.
East flight 52 Lima November Tower. QNH 29.71 wind 171 at 17. Cleared ILS
See,
runway
171 at 17. Why would you send me?
Cleared ILS runway 12 approach east flight 52 Lima November.
So we're now on the downwind leg. You can see the really high clouds on that side. We're a bit high actually. .2 miles. Flaps 1. Extending. See if I can get this, there you go, direct to there. Let's get the speed brakes back up. Set to nav. Flaps coming down again. Flaps on 2. We'll hold 4. Engage approach mode. Flaps to 3. Approach mode isn't going to go in, I don't think. There we go, look at that. We're a little high, so we're going to descend slightly. We're going to engage approach mode. Cabin crew seats for landing, please. It's getting dark as well as we jump through the clouds. going to set auto brake to medium. Heading mode's coming on. Localizer's been captured. Gears coming down. Flaps
Seats for landing.
full. No visibility out the windows. That just complete zero visibility out of the windows. Localizer's been captured. We're a little bit high on the glide slope. Capture the glide slope. Glide slope is captured. Go around altitude of 5,000 feet. Is set. Zero visibility, 1,600 feet. We've got zero visibility into Newquay today. We'll reset the heading bug in case we have to get ourselves out. I can just about make out the sea. Yeah, you can see the sea now. And I can just see the land. I'm expecting the aircraft to be very sideways. And we're back in the clouds again.
1,000.
Checked. Lights are checked. On again. Wipers.
500.
On.
4 approaching minimums.
Landing lights are in.
Minimums.
Continue. Autopilot's coming off. Whoa, where are we going?
100.
Throttle.
Throttle's off as well.
50. 40. 50. 20. 10.
East Flight 52 Lima November, you are not clear to land. Clear the runway.
Gonna hold the rudder to the left side.
Auto brake.
really pushing.
Lima November, you are not cleared to land. Clear the runway.
Alright, 48 minutes on our flight time today. And we'll just turn off the runway here.
East Flight 52 Lima November, you are not cleared to land.
Well, that's
the
because you
runway.
gave me a stupid approach. Should have just cancelled the IFR, but then it would go all funny with me. Alright, we're on the ground now. Flaps are coming back up. That was a very
Flight 52
interesting...
Lima November contact ground on 121.955.
And the APU is coming on now.
Going to 121.955 East Flight 52 Lima November.
Didn't like that really, did it? But given the wind conditions on the ground, it was a crosswind, but it was more in favour for the 1-2 approach that we ended up doing. But maintaining the rudder on the approach and on the landing was very difficult. But we got there in the end. Wasn't a terrible approach, really. APU is on, very good. We get our taxi lights off now as well. See all of the oops, deflecting the wrong way on the rudder. That's okay, we can use the rudder to turn us around quite nicely, and the Embraer 170 and the 190s do turn very nicely, almost on a dime.
No takeoff left.
I can't turn the aircraft properly. Come on, turn. It really doesn't
No
want to turn.
takeoff left.
For whatever reason, I can't get the aircraft to turn. Whoa, look at this. Oh my goodness. Now that's what I call thrust. Let's try that again. So we can actually turn the aircraft. Now we can go forward, can't we? Hopefully, it's not going to push us too much.
No takeoff. Left.
It really doesn't want us to turn. It must be the wind. There we go. Parking brake set. Engine 1, engine 2 is off. Guards can come back on now. Get those wipers off now as well. And we'll request for deboarding. Get the dome light on. And we can go fasten seatbelt off. Red beacon light can come off as well. And the stereo light can come off. Ooh, that is quite the arrival into Newquay today. Very low visibility. And that was Eastern Airways. As I say, unfortunately Eastern Airways has departed us as a operating company now, which is a shame, but you know, I guess such is life sometimes. We win some airlines, we lose some, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. And yeah, so I'll leave you with the clip of the passengers unloading, and I hope that you can join me on another flight or another train sim video soon. And I hope you actually enjoyed that approach as well, with the very, very low visibility, heavy rain and heavy wind, and an air traffic controller that was a little bit angsty for my liking. And here comes the passengers now, coming off the Eastern Airways flight for maybe the last time ever. And I thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you on another video soon. And I'll let you watch the passengers leave into the terminal.